Hey all, and welcome back to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So, we've crossed Malfoy off the list of suspects for being Slytherin's heir, a ghost threw a book at us. I think the only thing to do now is go searching for more famous witches and wizards cards, because I sure as hell didn't start this playthrough expecting to get all of them, but halfway through, the Collectathon madness set in, and I figured I must have them.
Well, I mean, I totally get that, because I think I remember when I decided to play through and finally beat the GameCube version, I started with the intention of, I'm just going in this to beat it, I don't actually care about collecting everything, and then it just proved to be so easy to get all the Witches and Wizards cards, that it was just like, well, I kind of have to now, because then I can actually say I can properly put this game to bed now and never touch it again for the rest of my life.
What the? My contract said that we were just going in this for the least amount of parts. Now you're telling me that you're doing additional content? What?
First of all, contracts at HSC, lol. Second of all, you should know me better by now. If there's collectibles and they're reasonable to get, looking at you DK64, I will gladly 100% the game every time.
Reasonably to get. Wow.
Man, I should just install many flippable bookcases in my house. Like, not only would it make me seem more learned having so many books, it would just be pretty fun to just escape from the police when they finally take me down for all those weird happenings back in the 70s.
The bodies, Tom. They just want to find the bodies.
I didn't kill anyone. I just went around telling everyone stuff that happens in the future. I have a time machine, you see.
Oh, of course.
Like, what the hell is the game crash? Why do you keep saying that? Stop saying to invest in Nintendo already.
They're just out there making cards. Like, what do we even care?
But Tom, if you went back in time, would you actually choose to invest in Nintendo, or would you choose to invest in Apple and Microsoft? And Google?
Good question. Maybe...
And the Google?
all four, perhaps?
Yeah. And while you're at it, also do Sony, because, you know, just cover your bases.
My dude, that's flipping a coin and having it land on heads every single time in a row.
Well,
do you imagine that person's odds/chances?
I never make a bet unless it's a sure bet, and for those sorts of things, you kind of have to have invented time travel.
It's like you just see Tom there sending text messages into the past.
I know what you're talking about. Steins Gate is now ongoing in the series of TV comms for Hellfire Comms.
Oh, is it? Nice.
Yeah, I'm doing that with Neo.
That's always like... when I say like my favorite animes, that one's always included in there. I haven't seen it in a little bit. Usually I try to get people past the whole 3-episode hump, but I fucking love it every time.
Too many questions. Anyway, I suppose I should be going to the private lesson with Lockhart.
Private lessons? Ooh la la.
Harry. But enough about Hagrid. That is a Netflix joke. I steal all my best things from other people, don't you know? Accio good content is what I shout at the start of every recording session.
I thought you were about to say you steal it all from Netflix, and it's like, but that's everyone. That's all human interaction at this point, my dude.
I guess so, yeah. I was like, can I get a fucking chocolate frog anytime soon? Like, I'm wasting away over here.
You've had too much chocolate, Tom. Like, wasn't it clear? It's why the game's trying to be, you know, a good teacher and not giving people too much.
Are you trying to tell me that Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets is trying to be like that one game on the Super Nintendo that teaches you about diabetes? Like it's trying to teach you proper glucose intake?
Yes.
My goodness. That's incredible.
Verdimillius, the thing that makes other things appear. I'm not sure if this is game exclusive or not. I don't recall them ever using it in the books and whatnot. I'm gonna look this up.
Oh good, you can do that rather than me.
Yeah, you deserve a break this week, mate. Don't you worry about it.
Oh, thank you kindly.
Why does his model face look exactly like his painted face?
That's the easy one.
Well, I'd say because they're the same thing, but then also looking at the face in the painting, it's like completely squashed. It's like they took the picture of Gilderoy Lockhart, like the art, and just went, we need to fit it into a square frame. Rather than, crop it, let's just squidge it in and then it'll fit. And then you look at his face and then you just go, oh, we made a choice there, didn't we?
Okie dokie. Although the spell produces green sparks, it is erroneously red in the PlayStation version of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh no. Oh no, they didn't. You got the color wrong? For shame, official video game.
This is disgusting.
Okay, so Professor Quirrell taught his first year Defense Against the Dark Arts students this spell in the 1991 to 1992 year of Hogwarts, something the Ministry of Magic approved of.
So, Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, essentially.
Well, I suppose that was the only year where Quirrell was actually a teacher, so...
Once cast, the spell will show you objects hidden by dark magic.
Oh no. All those magazines that Hagrid has hidden about the place using his illicit magic. We're going to see them. Avert your eyes, Harry. It's not for young'uns. Or anyone with decent taste, really.
Kind of reminds me of, so me and my sister, a while ago now, were helping my nana do some cleaning up in, her garage, and we pulled something out from the roof area of the garage, and a rather interesting piece of literature fell from the ceiling. My nana was absolutely mortified, and me and my sister just found it absolutely hilarious.
Did the ceiling kitten bless you with ceiling kitten porn?
Not that specifically, but yes, it was a single old magazine of porn, and it was just like, oh!
That's when you need to check and see what kind of articles are in it. You never know. There could have been an in-depth discussion. Journalism is at its finest in the rags.
Oh, of course.
The cure for cancer could be in one of those things, and no one would ever find it.
Y'all don't know.
The race for the House Cup continues.
Now we're going to check in with the hourglasses of fate.
Well, fingers crossed we're still winning, but, I mean, you never know how these things are gonna go.
Ravenclaw?
Only 60 for Ravenclaw? I thought you guys were meant to be smart.
But smart doesn't necessarily mean good.
You have the Hufflepuffs actually, like, being nice, like, holding the door open for other people, so they're getting points, versus a Ravenclaw is just running straight into class, so...
Gryffindor.
And then Slytherin's just being swatty to Snape, and he's just going, here's some points, because we must win.
Mr. Malfoy, did you just breathe? Stupendous. 1,000 points to Slytherin.
I have to say, looking at that whole setup, it's kind of broken.
Kinda.
That the teachers who are the heads of the houses are allowed to give points to students of their own house, because it feels very set up for cheating.
Do you think Dumbledore gives a single fuck so long as, like, things are under control in his castle?
Yeah, no, he don't care.
There's a sociopathic, like, murderous wizard that technically still on the list. Like, they couldn't find the body. Like, it's relative peace. He has other priorities other than the children, like, winning a contest. Like, he doesn't care.
Wow, we have a Crash Bandicoot section with fat Santa Cupids.
I can't believe they turned this into a gameplay section. In the first game, we were running from the troll. This is a thing in the book where, basically Ginny sets Harry up with, like, a singing telegram and whatnot in the shape of, I think it was like a gnome or something. And, yeah, Ginny's nowhere to be seen here, so I guess they kind of glossed over all the romantic undertones and whatnot, but yeah, I don't think we were meant to be avoiding being shot by Cupid's arrow during the middle of a death course, but hey, whatever makes the class implant easier to deal with, Lockhart.
You gotta make sure you get the gem. Go fast enough for the relic. Come on.
I'm going, mate. Trust me. I know all about collecting relics.
This is so blatant. It's almost adorable.
It's on the PlayStation, you know. You gotta pull homages when you can.
Oh, look, you can get 2 more Witches and Wizards cards.
Hell yeah. That is if George and the soon-to-be-dead one haven't sold out already.
Yeah, it's true.
They haven't sold out to the man. The wizard man.
Now, this is the whimsical music we needed during that Slytherin chase. Give it a sec. It's just loading.
It was just going to the to be continued.
Harry
Terrifies the shit out of me every time.
He pulled out a bottle of scarlet ink, dipped his quill into it, and dropped a blot onto the first page.
It's spelled out, I hate Malfoy. I hate him so fucking much.
My name is Harry.
Cut my life into pieces?
Then at last,
This is my last...
oozing back
I
onto
don't
the page came
barely
words
make it out in
Harry
this
had
journal.
never
Wow,
written.
it's the Book of Papa Roach Prophecies.
Harry nearly upset his ink bottle, and then more words appeared on the page.
Horrible, foul words.
I know all
Inklebungen
about the Chamber
and
of
Skongo
Secrets.
Bongo.
50
Several
years
British
ago, the
idioms
chamber
that
was opened
Mexi
and
has
the girl was
no idea are
killed.
real or not.
I caught the person who opened the chamber all those years ago.
Richie, are they real?
For a second,
I'm gonna phone a
then
friend.
too late.
Sorry, there are no friends here in the Dark Dimension.
The pages
There
of the diary
there
began
are
to
no
go as
friends
though
here at
caught in a
HFC.
high
Very
wind,
apt.
And then the diary seemed to
That makes
open
me
up,
look
and
like an
Harry
arse.
was
Oh well,
head
I look
first
like
into
one.
the open.
Anyway, both metaphorically and IRL.
Harry saw that he was
Here is
swimming in a
not
corridor in
Voldemort,
Hogwarts
and
dungeon.
Hagrid looks like he
Peering
has a
through
huge
crack
fucking
made by an
chin
open
from this
door
angle.
was a boy of about 16. Harry knew at once that this was Tom Riddle,
Why wasn't this
the owner of
flashback
the
playable?
diary.
This could have been like a
Then
cool
Harry
little
heard
stealthy
someone
section.
speaking in a low
Like they even
whisper.
have the sepia tone going. Like it seems like they had something planned out and ran out of the monies.
It's possible, like, because, you know, if I was picking and choosing what needed to be adapted, I would get rid of that Cupid chase thing and put it all into here.
It's all over. I'm going to have to turn you in. The least Hogwarts can do is make sure.
This
the
is
thing
actually
that
kind of
can't
really
happen is
important,
sorted.
both just plot,
Hagrid rose up to his
like
full height
what
and
kind of
roared at the
happens.
top of
Like
his voice.
this is when the game, the book series also goes just kind of kooky. This is when like it
From out of the
starts
box
doing
came
the whole
something that
time travel
made
stuff.
Harry
There's not
let
too
out a
much time
long,
travel
piercing
shenanigans in the
scream
first one, but
unheard by anyone.
this is where it starts.
A vast, low-slung, hairy body and a
Don't like
tangle of
that.
black legs,
CGI
a
spiders,
veil of
not a
many
fan,
eyes and
especially when a
pair of
huge one crawled
razor-sharp
through my
faces.
window the other day
The
while I
thing
was
scuttled
streaming.
away,
No,
tearing up the
thank you.
corridor and out of sight. No! The scene
If you're
whirled.
terrified of
The darkness became
spiders,
complete.
and particularly
Harry
giant
vanished
spiders,
with
that
a
there might be an
crash.
episode of Lock and Key on
Later,
Netflix
Harry
Series
met
2
up with
that
Ron and Hermione.
will not make you very
Harry
happy.
could barely get the words out of his mouth.
I feel like that's a website that needs to be
Hagrid,
made.
Hagrid
Are
opened
there
the
giant
Chamber of
spiders
Secrets
in this
50 years
media?
ago.
Like very similar to Does the Dog Survive? The show is do random giant spiders just show up? Just a yes or no answer.
Although, you know, someone would edit that thing to be, like, all malevolent and whatnot. No, there's no giant spiders in the giant spider marathon. None. Not at all.
Riddle might have got one person.
Eight-legged
Maybe
freaks,
some other
not a
monsters
single
attacking
spider to be
Hagrid
seen.
would
Good to
never
go.
let it
Good
go
luck. Have a
anybody.
fun
We've always
evening
known
date
that
night.
Hagrid
God,
was
I'm just
stealth.
remembering back to
The
when we
attacks
were
must
watching
have stopped after he was
Arachnophobia
kicked
in
out.
school. Don't ask why, I
I'm
guess the
going
teacher
to
wanted a
see if
break.
I can find
And
information
Tundra Boy
on
would
Riddle.
do
And while
little
I'm there,
tippy
why don't
taps
I
of his
take a view
fingers
down to
along
Hagrid
the
and
back of my arm when I wasn't looking. That fucker.
Yeah. Ooh. You got it in your head.
He's very good at that.
Damn. You got the 4D experience of Arachnophobia.
Yeah, I felt it throughout time. Oh my god, don't zoom in on Ron, please.
At least you can use your invisibility cloak to avoid being seen.
But only for a certain period of time, Harry. We know, we can't break the game or
They only
anything.
last a short amount of time, so make sure you're out of sight when they run out.
Yeah, they hadn't really, like, fine-tuned the details about this thing being one of the Deathly Hallows, so it's just a plain old invisibility cloak right now.
Right? It's just a Organization 13 power-up.
Hey, this is where we fought to the gargoyle in the first game.
Ah, yeah.
Call back.
Also, can I just say that I love that Ron was just like, pick up the invisibility cloak power-up, and then Harry chose not to before coming into this area.
I don't need it right now. Oh no. It's Mr. Filch.
It's a stealth section.
I can smell you, student. I know you're out of bed.
If we get past this section, Princess Zelda's waiting for us.
Imagine if she was.
I mean, it would make these things a little bit more interesting.
It sure would.
Could like a Legos game do that? Could a Legos game have a Lego Harry Potter stealth section to get to Lego Princess Zelda? Like, is that possible in our reality?
Technically, yes, it could be, were they to create a Lego Zelda set, but considering they have made a Lego Mario set, and I do know that as part of that whole, like, request a Lego set thing that happens, I know that Zelda has been on there at least a couple of times, so there is every chance that at some point in the future there could be a Lego Zelda set, and theoretically there could be a Lego game that did that, but I think that Lego Dimensions is pretty dead, so probably not, but there we go.
No, don't say that.
Speaking of Lego Dimensions, maybe stay tuned for the end of the year.
Oh.
Yeah, got a little bit of something recorded by my mate Hattock on Twitter.
There's not actually anything planned. That was just more of an affirmation. We just really want you all listening out there to hang in there.
I can smell you, Potter. I can smell your father's stink on you.
Does he react to sound, or is it just based on whether you fall into like right where he can see ya? Like, is this classic PlayStation 1?
I mean, it's terrifying that it all would have been over if he just looked up.
No one's allowed to look up during stealth sequences, it's fine. Why is every member of the faculty, like, out patrolling the route to Hagrid's right now? Do they know something we don't?
Most likely. I mean, that's usually the way, isn't it? Because Dumbledore knew basically everything and told nobody, but told people to go to random places and do things against their will.
It's just the way. It's just the way. So, Mexi, you mentioned Zelda, obviously. That's another famous stealth sequence. Have there been any other stealth sequences in games that have befuddled and baffled you over the years?
Who's there?
The entirety of the Metal Gear Solid series, but, you know, I do love me a good romance saga legacy story, so you know, I'll go through with it just to get all of that good lore.
What about you, Rich? Any memorable ones?
Well, obviously the traumatic memories that I have of the library stealth sequences in the GameCube version of this game.
Oops!
But outside of that, I'm not really wanting to play games that have stealth sequences in them, so I am very much drawing a blank.
Not even as a random segment that popped up in a PS2 platformer of yore.
I mean, definitely, I have played a number of stealth sequences, but it's more that mentally I cannot remember any outside of the ones in like Zelda.
I know you're there.
I can sense you. I will deduct points.
He literally just has like an anti-point field in order to sense you. Just like the closer he gets, you just see the Gryffindor house cup points just slowly start to lower. And he's like, "What is happening?"
That would be really interesting. Like, they could drop if he, like, sees you for a second but doesn't really clock on. This one's going to be pretty tight. We've got two of the fuckers patrolling right now.
Oh,
You can turn invisible though.
See ya! We're almost done. I believe this is the last segment right here.
Oh, thank God, because it was beginning to outstay its welcome about 2 rooms ago, so...
Who's there?
Done stealth it too hard in this here.
It's okay, we're doing it. Just kick Snape hard in the shin, say a ghost did it.
Y'all are out here looking for me, and who's back in the school watching all of them?
Oh no!
Yeah, because there is kind of, you know, a thing trying to murder everybody in the castle. So I don't know why you're not, you know, patrolling there to make sure that nobody else gets petrified. Why it's so important to be here, but choices.
They're just making sure, you know, the grounds are safe and whatnot. Never mind that Hogwarts already has spells placed on it to make sure that happens.
At Hogwarts, our priority is safety. If those children are on fire, safety.
Yet again, Cornelius, I tell you that taking Hagrid away will not help in the slightest.
It will, however, be very funny. Oh no, I'm turning to dust as I say this.
My dad's boss.
It won't affect anything, but damn, is it gonna make Harry Potter mad? And so they did it.
Yes, it was the only way for Harry to unlock his Bankai.
If it turns out it wasn't Hagrid, he'll be back.
This is his
and
villain
no one's
origin
there.
story. 7 books.
So,
7 books,
where are we
y'all,
going?
to get ourselves a
We're
villain
only
origin
going for a
story.
short stretch, Hagrid.
Oh, and
It's
a
not
play.
punishment.
True, very true, yeah. I'm surprised Hagrid made it out just fine in the end, because if there was anyone who would probably have hurt Harry the most to have them pass away, it would have been Hagrid.
Azkaban.
Yeah, but then that maybe would have been too cruel.
Yeah, just kill Fred instead, he's fine.
Yeah, we don't care about Fred.
Hashtag dead Fred.
Hashtag
Look at all the spiders. I'm going to tell
Hedwig
them.
exploded.
All right.
Oh no! That would be so
Tell Hermione
dramatic.
what we've heard.
Hashtag follow the spiders.